My name is Katharina and I'm a PhD student in Anthropology. I'm doing a joint PhD at the moment in Anthropology being my main department and Education being my second department. So I have two supervisors as well. And I did my master's here in Maynooth University in Anthropology 2 years ago. I spent 1 year in between my master's and my PhD kind of teaching and tutoring, kind of like getting further into my topic, which is now an educational topic in my PhD research. In the master's, there's a mix of core modules that are compulsory modules, and there's also a range of optional modules that you can pick from. I think I took linguistic anthropology, where I learned not only about the role and the power of language in research and writing, but also about the kind of semiotic component, the social aspect of what language can do in practice. In my case, in teaching practice. In the masters, it's required to do ethnographic research. So what I really liked and what I encourage every student coming and doing a master's at Maynooth as well doing is to seek out the support from academic staff and from everyone who is there to kind of help you either emotionally or intellectually to kind of deepen and guide your fieldwork process. So it's really, really important to know, I think, that there is support there in the department. What I really liked about the masters is also kind of the freedom to choose my own topic. I could really zoom into what really interests me. For me, that was an educational topic, so I was interested in kind of the experience of students and academic staff of teaching online as well as in person, and kind of what the some of the different pedagogic techniques might be in these two different spaces. One of the differences that I noticed from kind of moving from the bachelor's to my master's in anthropology is that in the master's you're working closer with the staff, with the academic staff. You're you're invited to join departmental talks. There is usually a reception afterwards. You go to dinners more. In the PhD even more than in the master's. But in the master's you kind of start developing deeper relationships with the staff and also with a smaller group of other intellectuals, other master's students that are kind of like on the same path as you are. My main advice for an incoming postgraduate student at Maynooth, and in particular in anthropology, is always follow your passion. If you have a vague idea what you're interested in, what you're curious about, give it a try. You can always just come and see how it feels to be a postgraduate researcher, how it maybe stimulates some new ideas that you didn't even have before trying it out. So when I came into my master's, and even now after my first year of my PhD, not everything, but most aspects of what I believed my thesis would be or my work would be at the end changed, and they grew so much. So I would say just try it out and see where it goes.